Bleed already losing 2 players. Not the start that they were expecting. But they're still keen on staying towards the A side. It's not like they're falling back and trying to execute some other plot.
Last player standing.
Gets one, but that's all she wrote for him. Crazy guy now left to his devices. All by his Wilson. Recovers the spike and somehow gets the kill on Papi as well. Down to 32 HP.
Was spotted out. Just should know that he's in this B side, but it doesn't seem like it with the
10 seconds left.
Astra not moving.
Spike
Finally, they will now, and Ja will find an easy kill, but that's after the plant taken down. I wonder if he didn't notice the ghost. Maybe that was just us.
Not just Bleed. A lot of times, most defensive teams will just have one player stationed over there trying to buy time, crunch them in later on. But for now, Bleed have cleared out the side, taken control, and now he takes the games. The fourth line dodged by Flippy, but he can't escape the gravity well and cannot escape Deryeon's crosshair.
Just like that. That plant, that missing of the gun barrel might have made all the difference, because without the plant there is no force buy, and without this force buy there is no momentum behind. Ja moving in with the headhunter finds value yet again, but that's all she wrote for South Built. It's Bleed with the clutch. Bro, you gotta save your Spectre, man. Big disaster for Bleed in this round, and I'm not sure how they can crawl their way out.
And it's not just the smokes that are missing. They have no trademarks, nothing as such, so that they can be aware about the potential backstab coming in. Keep in mind that the other chamber is already on its way, so they are boxed in with very little time left. Crazy guy has not only recovered the spike, but also planted while being aware about where his nemesis is, who's on his way from a long. Rotation's inbound already, and Ja is there to save the day. Look at the push coming out from C-Long. Both Ja and the Asha have pushed out of C-Long already, and at this point, Bleed Esports, they need to barge in. Oh, there's a counter push coming in from a shot as well. PapiChulo gets that final frag. Both the Rolling Thunders invested. It's pandemonium and chaos all over the place, but the spike is yet to make its way across. And if it does, it will be great. But Deryeon, the only person who could have made a difference, now dies. Juicy picks up a double, but azys has a bigger gun to respond with this one. And throws Juicy. There's already one player to his left. If Juicy peeks along with the breach, it would be wonderful, but he alone is enough. Can he strike again? PapiChulo doesn't want to challenge this one. 30 seconds left, and there's enough time for Bleed Esports to go in and plant, but not if they continue to loiter around.
The queen is here to play, baby. Shuts down that tour de force, and here's the Empress leading the charge. Has azys back to his position down at the graffiti spot, finds the double and puts the higher spot. Their economy in tattoos. This is the last round where they could have afforded the buy, and this doesn't look like it's going anywhere. With Scary getting the backup from Crazy Guy to hold on to the flank. The gravity well pulling South Built to their ends. Scary says bye-bye, and just like that, that is the end of South Built's lead. JayH and PapiChulo to be able to guard onto this A site, but like you rightly mentioned, that early plan from Bleed to condition that A site entirely and make South Built continuously terrified of what might happen is now giving them a free C site. They walk into the C site, they're going to be able to get the plant and potentially a huge look from Crazy Guy.
Concealment.
And Deryeon is all the way into its CT. Instead of going for the plant right away, Bleed decided to extend a little further, get a kill before they commit, and it works out. Crazy Guy once again left on the low. Here's Pro top down, and Crazy Guy shuts down Pro before he even has a chance to realize what happened. PapiChulo walking around loudly, giving away footsteps of Bleed falling back. South Built are already on their way towards the A side, and now it's a race. Oh my god, Deryeon! Flyby onto Ja. That's gonna hurt.
Plant denied for now, but JayH able to get back down under in time. azys comes through with a showstopper. Though finds the exact hole he needs and is able to take one down. Most definitely have an inkling, especially now with the trademark going down. Back up into the C side, try to stack it to shut them down, but the stack is very much in weight as Bleed still force it through. Find a 3K, and South Built are left wondering. We knew they were coming, we knew we had to stack it up, but we still couldn't do anything. What the hell?
Exactly, and this is a problem they faced on the A side before as well. Several times South Built had a triple stack present, yet Bleed were able to force their way inside. The same happens on C this time. Now azys and Pro left with a mammoth task on their shoulders. one that they will not. Deryeon incoming from the same place. But as soon as this is broken, what's going to happen? If he turns around, but he doesn't get anything done in time. Juicy now starting to pop off. Here's the breach across the other side. Ja comes in from behind. Juicy sandwiched inside. His teammates need to move towards B. And while Juicy has already popped out of the window, PapiChulo, he can't do much. He's supposed to look in both directions at the same time from Ja.
Oh,
and he strikes! Too late. JayH finally shuts him down, but at this point, all the other members of Southfield are already inbound. Rotation's not available for JayH. Yes, sure, the straw will come through, but can crazyguy help? Oh my goodness, JayH is on a roll. He's done more than enough, given Bleed the man advantage that they so desperately required, but Azys takes it away just as easily. He just needs to buy time. Deryeon is coming from behind, and he'll be able to catch Pro off guard. Azys now boxed inside the corner, down to a 1v1. Deryeon knows exactly where he is, but will Azys give him the satisfaction? Will Azys peek him at all? He just needs to buy some time. It's Deryeon with the Sheriff versus the Bulldog. And Azys, he's called for the rotation. The cavalry has arrived. It's a 4-man stack for Bleed on the side already. And Deryeon continues to strike. JayH on the back of that counter utility is able to get one more kill. And Southfield are being held at bay. Flippy is the only one who can respond in time. But that accounts for nothing as Bleed have shut down Southfield in the most gruesome of ways.
crazyguy coming through on the flank
the distance.
Well,
Crazyguy, he's tempted to go through the smoke, but he's gonna wait. Front, detected, aftershock, deny that, and they delayed the plant for now. And this means the opportunity of Southfield is growing as it speaks. The smokes are about to dissipate. The rolling thunder pushes them back out of the site. Bleed have been taking control of the site before the plant even goes down, but Azys, this was the man who went and checked, and he strikes twice. This is a disaster. Bleed, they successfully stopped Southfield. Yeah, but the moment you say spike safely down, another hunter's feeling gets committed, and this time it might actually kill somebody, if not deal damage at the very least. JayH is able to catch PapiChulo as the smoke fades. Deryeon looking to make sure A is still guarded well, and he takes down Ja in the process of doing so. Flippy knocking on the doors of Garage. Southfield have realized that B side is no longer a viable option. That's why they were exploring both Garage and A, and they've lost both those options.
One enemy remaining.
Crazyguy, he's holding the perfect angle. Intercept Azys before he has a chance to make a move. Throws pinged, stunned. Everyone else from Southfield stays on the site. There's no major ultimates available on Bleed that can flush these players out. Deryeon taken care of. Now C-Long available for Southfield if they want to take that area as a post-plant staging place. Cosmic Divide should make it a little easier for Bleed. At least make an entry, but Southfield still defending it, playing along the edges of that massive purple wall. Of course, Bleed will punish. Clash comes through. Azys clears out Garage. But what's the next step? Do they continue heading directly into C? Do they try to climb into the window? Or do they, as they have done in the past, try to approach the B side? Oh, it seems like it's the latter.
I think the initial idea was actually to try and pull rotations, maybe go towards A, but with Ja getting caught out by Juicy, they realized A is no longer an option. They default back to this B site, which Bleed have left intentionally empty, inviting them into a trap. And with the trap set, the Empress bounces and Juicy makes them pay. Finds a 3K. We've seen sScary really pick up the Astra and be that lurk presence, which you can't do as much in Omen, but as we immediately head into game, we see PapiChulo popping the heck off. Bleed trying to execute a catwalk rush.
Smokes once again put towards mid. This might just make Southfield believe that Bleed are trying to cross back in towards A shot, but that's actually not the case. Ja marking the angle will be the first one to realize that. Oh, but Juicy takes his head off. It's all down to Flippy. Finally just stay inside, but before he's already isolated. Azys arrives first. The rest of the party is a little late, and with this, they've already lost control of the side. Bleed have made their way inside. Punt will be going down any second, but before the retake even begins, Deryeon wants to shut it down. PapiChulo offered 2 fights, wins them both, has the null command available as well. Will he use it right here and now? Or will he just try to make contact plays? They definitely don't want to make it easy. Deryeon already responds in kind, taking off Ja's head. Now the rest of them also try to walk inside, but they will not have any utility at this point because the other null command is also activated. Flippy trying to trade. sScary beats him at the same time. Both the Astros taking care of each other. Time is ticking, and Bleed are holding down the fort. PapiChulo looks to impress his teammates and himself as well. Juicy not making any noise, looking to make a contact play. Will he get the success that he's desiring for?
Who certainly does. Takes down the operator, opens up the side, the floodgates for bleed. But the door they force getting pulled in by that gravity. Well, it's pro to make them pay. Finds that few brilliant pushing into sight and they find a double kill. 3v3 now on the post launch. Southwell ready to execute the fast leading, but JayH is delaying them, buying so much time.
Oh, the crucial position towards Wooden on the left-hand side. It's Deryeon who can make a difference, but he's already been taken care of. Down to just JayH, and he's already bleeding. He's figured out where Azys is, waiting for the other drop, but Azys swings wide.
With that cosmic divide coming through, they're ready to execute. Gravity well though delays them for that much longer, splinters them onto side, but with Azys left on his lonesome, it's down to PapiChulo and Flippy coming through on the flank to make them pay and buy time for Azys. They do exactly that and he finds the value with the time jump, holding it down in both house and turning this entire B side.
Hit a shot where Ja lies in wait. This predator is ready for his prey to walk inside, but Deryeon hunts him down. Oh my god, that was disastrous. PapiChulo feeling himself though. A spray down for the ages, and sScary left with 5 HP. Sure, he can recover the spike, but there's no way he can recover this. Defenders available over here. Azys is only able to get one. Ja keeping the operator alive, and he's creating so much impact from the backlines. JayH finally gets into the site, but to make sure nothing else goes wrong, he activates the null command. He knows that PapiChulo has several flashes and the fragment available, so he can deny the plant if he wants. But wait a second, B are still reluctant to go in for the plant. They don't want to be vulnerable. They don't want to leave one man hanging. Flippy covers up both the entrances off the backside. JayH detected. He's holding the one and done angle, and they should discourage Bleed from continuing towards the B site. And that's exactly what's happening. sScary is looking to approach A long, looking to explore the avenue, hoping to punish any player of Southbuilt who has already pushed up. But Southbuilt are disciplined. They've got the man advantage. They have no reason to push out any further. And why should they? Why should Southbuilt push out when Bleed are coming right to them?
One by one, Bleed are dropping like flies. As it once again comes down to sScary. In a 1v5. Not much hope here, sScary.
In fact, all three of them clump up together and now look to backstab from B main. They're walking in slowly. sScary does expect one backstabber to come through, but does he expect all three of them to swing at once? Maybe the curvature of the smoke can help him get the advantage he's looking for. Nah, he's only good for one.
Still able to buy some time for the Bleed roster, waiting inside 3v2. In this situation, JayH to reduce the odds.
They would run into this 4-man stack of Bleed Esports, and now they've completely just circumvented them.
Ooh.
Oh no, Juicy dies to the shot shots, and that makes things even harder for Bleed. The 4v4 retake, the odds are against them. The flash goes through, looking to set crazyguy up for success. PapiChulo dodges it, but Flippy, he's still got his eyes open, and now PapiChulo's back in action as well. Southbuilt Esports, they're holding the fort down. Bleed have simply no way to enter the site, and this makes it even harder. Once again, it's sScary left in a near impossible clutch. He's almost pulling it off. He's almost will be nullified.
And this is where I wonder if Southbuilt have indeed done their homework.
30 seconds left.
That A-shot hold between sScary and JayH has been a terrifying one for many a team. The exact same hold, the pull and the fragment coming through, denying that choke point as a whole. Just for them to reposition, that's exactly what we do. crazyguy
decide to go towards A instead from A heaven, and these guys are left by blue, so crazyguy will never expect Ja to be there, and Ja gets a freebie. Deryeon now can't exit the B side without having to worry about Ja. He hears him go towards he hears him go towards B main, and now he can continue moving around, but the round is already gone. It's a 2v4.
2v4 with a bit of bamboozle on both the sides, because Ja's not gonna expect sScary to be here, so sScary does take him down, but still a 2v3 on the retake. Now Southbuilt know exactly where they're coming from. sScary coming in from mid towards A shot. They should be expecting Deryeon towards CT.
One enemy
Marking that
remaining.
angle, it comes down to this duel. Flippy takes him down with the idea that the chamber is effectively playing single retake, where he's looking for a fight early, but you can see his rendezvous set up to retake, but Southbuilt's presence entirely towards his A side. The null command comes online, but Juicy doesn't care.
He's still holding his ground. Pro finally shuts him down. PapiChulo and Flippy turn after a heat, and all of a sudden they're falling like flies. PapiChulo, this man has come alive. He's popping the hell off. Nothing stands in his way. Deryeon, in a nearly impossible task, starts off by killing Flippy, but the odds are still ever stacked against him. Makes contact.
Speaking of Phoebe, as well as the information that hey guys are headed towards the safe side, will want Scary. And with that information, the combo of Scary and JayH coming up huge. A combo we've seen many a times, but still finds its prey. The fragment delaying as JayH is able to find another. But Jaw's presence towards this mid area
30
has
seconds
to be
left.
undetected. They have no idea how much value can he find though, because while he finds Scary, he's sure to be traded out instantly by Juicy. And just like that, that lurk nullified, lead in a good spot to be able to pull off.
Nightfall makes the trails appear, and both the members now revealed Flippy aggressor has gone, and now they are safe. Deryeon playing anti-flash, gets away, but no! As he shuts him down. And Juicy, he can't move away, he can't dash because he's suppressed. At least he survives. Scary helps him out. But the op just simply not effective over here. At least he's now rejoined by his teammates here in the back side, so he has some hope of surviving. crazyguy also helps him out. And Juicy now finally makes that operator sing the songs of death. Teleport spike drop in no man's land. Ja has
Bleed,
no
they have nothing to say. South Built now on the chance with the double flank coming through. Could be huge, but Flippy says no. And
30
just like
seconds
that,
left.
Bleed, they crumble like a set of dominoes. In the very last moment, in the very last buy for South Built, they pull it off. And now in a 4v2, the two ops in the worst spot ever to pull off a retake.
Oh, Deryeon. He sees an arm. Wants to take the head. Spam won't work. But will it at least force the other guy to push out? No. South Built Esports are disciplined. They don't make any unnecessary moves, don't take any unnecessary risks. This is their chance to shut things down right here and now. Juicy strikes, so does Deryeon. Pro holding him back. Azys looking to make this play. He knows he can coming in, and they realize A must be relatively defenseless. And there's only gonna be one person who can actually stop them over here, and that too has fallen back. But hold on, instead of going for the plant, they go right outside. The spike has been dropped in no man's land. South Built Esports can actually stop them from recovering it. Flippy holding his ground, and he's got every single frag he needs. Juicy finally shuts him down, but at this point it's a bit too late. South Built Esports, they have no idea what's happening. They can only make a guess that Bleed will make a move towards the B side, and PapiChulo is already on the move. He can easily intercept Juicy because he's out in the open. The spike goes down, but at the cost of his life.
Me too, though, and they have no idea where Scary is. He's going to be the Slender Man right now, coming up behind them, with both of them looking in the same direction. Azys is the first one to get caught off guard, but it takes a double layer setup as they move in now. Should tell them that there's at least one towards 410, but the snake bite is huge as it displaces several members and makes vulnerable a few. Pro taking full advantage, he's able to find a double, but it seems like Southbuilt actually on somewhat of a force here. Will end up falling prey, with Jaw left on his lonesome, his headhunter not finding any
Not
value.
too sure about this one. Time is running out. They are yet to plant the spike. Oh, the wall breaks, and all of a sudden Pro is left out in the open, exposed. Just stops Juicy from extending any further, but they're still challenging him yet again. crazyguy, he tried to go for the plant, but he instead baits out all the...
Wall comes up, so they're looking for the resurrect onto Juicy. They want to bring the queen back online, but the wall was taken down, and Flippy makes them pay. The queen instantly taken down. That's the resurrect taken off, and South Built, not only do they look like they're in a good spot to pull off this round, but they've waited out some crucial ultimates to boot. Scary finds himself at the butt end of an headshot by
30
Pro,
seconds left.
and Bleed, they have nowhere to go.
Yeah, they're surrounded, boxed in. If they try to make a play under Tube, Ja is here to intercept the
player
Flippy
standing.
on Kitchen, and he's already killed the spike carrier. crazyguy,
Deryeon though fishes them out and gives them a chance.
Ja still holding the operator. He doesn't have a rendezvous. In case something goes wrong, he's gonna be dead to rights, and Ja takes first blood. He still strays around the corner. crazyguy out. They're still ready to peek him again, and there's backup coming in from Raptors as well. This is a two-pronged approach that might work for Bleed. And Deryeon delivers. JayH also stepping up when it's required.
From 3 different angles, and slowly but surely they'll try to convert. It's crazyguy to start us off to find the first. Uses the recon to spot out many more, and while JayH buys time, the backup for crazyguy has come through. He finds the second, takes that a third, and equalizes it against all odds. And now with no information of where sScary is coming from, he's gonna have to hightail it because the plant is not for him.
All the hell back.
Oh boy. He's saying stack all you want, they sneak a plant away and now can play purely on the post. Got a ton of utility to boot, but they've got to be wary about their flank. PapiChulo, he shut down JayH and will now deny that post plant by Philippe to come through. But please say you push us from the back, we're gonna push on forward. You don't want this lion to be cornered, and it's Juicy leading the charge to take them down.
Oh my god.
Comes off huge, finds another, and it's sScary once again in a 1v2. But he's not. They're expecting this, man. They're already ready to rotate.
Oh, very aggressive approach towards mid. South will want to take the fight to Bleed, and Bleed are happy to give them one. Now PapiChulo left to his own devices with a mammoth task, a Herculean one rather, to stop Bleed from coming over here. And he's only got a bulldog to play with. The recon will reveal his position, but he says, at least I will take one player down before I fight the dust. And that also doesn't give him anything to work with. Azys, with the Empress active, now has to become the king of the court. He's looking for his crown. 2 kills already in their back towards the B side. They can always go back towards A where there's only one player defending. Instead, they cut off sound and slowly creep forward.
3v3 on this setup now is Bleed. They have an inkling that Southbuilt heading towards B side, waiting for the plant, and Bleed themselves looking to deny it using that utility. crazyguy pops a hole in Jaw's head and shocks another with that A push. Takes him out. With that Viper gone away, not much post-plant potential for Southbuilt either, so they're looking for the fights to get the advantage early, but instead it's just trades all the way.
Oh, at least the trades do swing in the favor when Ja finally strikes, and that's the triple. This was important for him. At least this clears up the space for Flippy to plant, but he's planting on top, and sScary sees him. The Lear comes through. Oh, but he doesn't peek on the back of it. Ja's actually allowed to get away, and that gives him enough points to get the Tour de Force online. An ace. Possible. Poison Cloud blocks his vision. Fake tap. sScary steps into the pit. Now Bleed are aware about Southbuilt coming towards the A side, and the rotations are already inbound.
Look at this. Southbuilt gonna try to execute this site 4v5, but what they don't know is Bleed, like you said, rotations have already come through, and they got a 4-man stack. The Empress pop is Juicy to get the first reset.